Hello friends, welcome back to this video on analog communication. In this video, we are going to discuss the reconstruction of the original signal from its sampled function. So whenever we have any sampled output, from that we can reconstruct our original signal back, and this process is called interpolation. So interpolation is the process of reconstruction the original signal from the sampled output. So how we represented the sampled output? So let's represent it with XSF. It was equal to Fs summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of f minus nfs. So I have already discussed this in my previous video. I recommend you to watch that first, then come to this video, because this equation I have already derived. So now here the sampled function is given like this, and I have already plotted it in the frequency domain as well. So in the frequency domain, my sampled function looks like this. So this is the frequency representation of my sampled function. So we have XF, this is my XF, this is XF minus Fs, this is XF minus twice of Fs, this is XF plus Fs, this is XF plus twice of Fs. So now all of them are multiplied with a constant which is Fs. So every time it's the amplified form which is amplified by a factor Fs. So this is my frequency representation of the signal. So now in my previous video I told you I can use a low pass filter to extract this signal. So this signal represents Fs into Xf. So whenever I pass the XSF through the low pass filter, now that time I'll get Fs into Xf. So from here you can see, if I am passing it through the low pass filter, I'll get Fs into Xf. So now about the low pass filter. So we can have two types of low pass filter. First is ideal low pass filter. So this is ideal low pass filter. So here it has the bandwidth twice of Fm, and I am taking its gain to be 1. So now here we have another low pass filter which is practical low pass filter. So its bandwidth is, here it is Fm minus Fm, Ft minus Ft. So here the bandwidth is twice of Fm plus Ft. So this is my practical low pass filter, and here the gain is again 1. So now if I pass this signal through the low pass filter, after the low pass filter, what output I'll get? I'll get just this XF into Fs. So this is the output. So now if I take the gain to be 1, the output would again remain x of f. But I want the output to be x of f only. That represents the Fourier transform of my message signal. Whenever I have xf, I can take its inverse Fourier transform and I can get back xt. So now here I have to remove this factor Fs. So now if I take the gain 1 upon Fs instead of 1, so that time it is attenuated by a factor 1 upon Fs. So now if the gain is 1 upon Fs, I'll get this to be output, and the output is now x of f. So I am taking the gain to be Ts or 1 upon Fs. So this is the gain of low pass filter. So now if I am representing a perfectly square wave, so this is the perfect square, it is representing my low pass filter. So how I can represent it? So let's take the function, the impulse function of this filter to be so now the impulse response in the frequency domain, it is represented by Ts rect omega upon 4 pi fm. So now what is Ts? Ts is the gain, so I wanted the gain to be Ts so that I'll get the output as XF. So now this 2 into 2 pi fm, I can represent 4 pi fm as 2 into 2 pi fm. So I require the bandwidth 2 fm, that is why I represented this filter like this. So now if I take the inverse Fourier transform, so I'll get the impulse response in time domain. So again it will remain same and it is multiplied with 2 fm. So the inverse Fourier transform of rect is sinc, and here I'll get 2 pi fm into t. So now this is my ht, this is my h of f. So now this is the impulse response in the frequency and this is in the time domain. So if I am taking the condition that the Ts is equal to 1 upon 2 fm, or I am taking the Nyquist interval. So I hope you remember what was the Nyquist interval. So at the Nyquist interval, Fs was equal to twice of Fm. So if I talk about Ts, it would be equal to 1 upon 2 Fm. So now if I take Ts to be equal to 1 upon 2 Fm, so let's represent Ts by 1 upon 2 Fm in this equation. So Ht would be 1 upon 2 Fm into 2 Fm into sinc 2 pi Fm t. So now this is the impulse response. So here I can cancel out this 2 fm. So now ht is now sinc 2 pi fm t. So now if I need to find out x of f can be found out using x sampled f multiplied with h of f. So now if I take them in the time domain, so the multiplication in the frequency domain would result in the convolution in the time domain. So xst convolution of h of t is represented by x of t. So I represented all of the same things in the time domain. So xf is represented as xt. The sampled output of frequency domain is represented as sampled output in the time domain. HF is represented as HT. Only the multiplication would convert into the convolution. So now XST can be represented as X into KTS. So I am taking summation over K. So this is how I can represent my sampled output. I am taking the samples at the value of k. So I am taking any constant k, at different values of k I am taking the samples. So it is convolved with h of t. So the convolution can be represented as h of t minus kts. So now I know what is h of t. So I can find out h of t minus kts. So this is h of t minus kts. What it would be? So instead of t, I just need to put t minus kts. So it was sinc. So here I'll be having sinc 2 pi fm t minus kts. So this is h of t minus kts. So simply in the time domain, I have summation over k x of kts multiplied with sinc 2 pi fm represents omega m multiplied by t minus kts. So this represents my x of t, the output in the time domain. So if I need to find out directly the output in the time domain, I can find out the output using this equation. So I hope now you understood what is this equation, and this is the filter transfer function. The transfer function of the filter is in sinc form, so it is represented like this. So I hope you remember how I can plot the sinc function. So this is sinc of 2 pi fm t. So now I hope you understood how I can reconstruct my signal back from the sampled function with the help of low pass filter. So I used an ideal low pass filter here, and here we are having the frequency domain representation. So here in the frequency domain representation, what I can do, instead of XSF, I'll put X of KF and KFS, and now instead of HF, I'll be putting TS rect omega upon 4 pi FM. So this is how I can reconstruct my signal in the frequency domain, and this is how I can reconstruct my signal in the time domain. So now this same signal can be used to transmit the information like in DSB-SC also. So if I have this sampled signal, it is having the output, the signal xt, the xf at various fs. So somehow if I take fs is equal to fm, fs is equal to fc. So at the carrier frequency, if I put a band pass filter, so let's suppose at some higher portion of the frequency I'll be having a carrier frequency, and at the carrier frequency also I have a sample of the signal. So in double sideband suppressed carrier, what was happening? I was having the samples at the carrier frequency. So now if I take fs to be n of fc, so I am choosing my sampling frequency such that it is n time of carrier frequency, and then after using band pass filter I can extract only the higher frequency values. So if I extract only fc and minus fc samples, so this represents the double sideband suppressed carrier output. So now how I'll demodulate it? If I have to recover the information from the double sideband suppressed carrier, that time I'll be using the demodulation technique of double sideband suppressed carrier. What was that? I can use the synchronous detector or any detector which can detect the double sideband suppressed carrier. So I hope now you understood what is the reconstruction and how we can reconstruct the signal when it is passed as a double sideband suppressed carrier amplitude modulated signal as well. So now I hope you understood the sampled signal can be transmitted as DSB-SC signal as well. So now I'll be winding up my session here. I'll be talking further about the sampling and its various types in my further videos. I hope you like this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel and push the like button. Thank you.